Welcome to the Keep the Faith. I can't even talk today. Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. I am your host, Tori. I'm actually trying to share the post, the broadcast. So give me just a second. Let me try to share it. Y'all, let's see more. Let's see. Lord, how do you share it, Jesus?
You gotta go to the video itself.
Okay, so I don't see the share button. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. So let me log out. So bear with me, folks. I'm just trying to share it. I don't usually share it to my personal page, but I'm going to share it today. So, of course, last week was the first time I did a podcast in 3 months. And of course, I'm trying to get my feet wet again because it's been a while. I took some time off of social media for the month of November. It was a month of solitude, a month of gratitude for the month of November. And then, of course, in December was about remembering, having reflections, repositioning myself, and also revelation. So, of course, I'm back. I'm trying to be more consistent this time
Yes.
around because when you're away for 3 months, you gotta come back correct. And I always like to start open the mic with purpose. So that's what I'm here for. And I hope I shared it to my personal page correctly. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in, watching the Keep the Faith podcast, and also got to show love to a few people before we get started. Got to show love to Miss Tanya and her daughter. They have the Brown South Girls podcast. I was actually watching their podcast before we actually started, so they always show me love. So I got to show them love. It's the Brown South Girls podcast. So make sure you watch their podcast as well because they always show me love. And also watch Keeping Up with Cece. Make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel and also subscribe to all of her platforms on Instagram. Follow her on Facebook. I got some amazing people that are doing some amazing things. And I'm going to get this out the way. Well, no, I'm going to touch on some things when we end because I don't want to start the podcast out on a sad note. But anyway, I have with me Miss Cynthia Robinson. She is my guest for today. And of course, before we get into the topic at hand, Miss Cynthia, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about Cynthia, what you want the people to know, and also tell us about your business and what you do.
Awesome. Well, first start off, great evening, everyone. Peace and blessings. This has been a very eventful day. My name is Cynthia Robinson, as she said, and as you can see on the screen, and I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. I am a child of God. I am a mom. Oh God, I get to be a mom. I have three amazing daughters. My heart is in three pieces of a 32-year-old, well, soon to be 32, 32, 31, and 26. They say, Mama, you be getting our ages wrong. But I have three amazing daughters, two amazing son-in-laws by my older two daughters, seven amazing grandkids, y'all. Yeah, this young woman has seven grandkids that call me Noni. I'm a God lover. I'm a purpose lover. I am purpose driven. I have been in the beauty industry for like 20 plus years and became a massage therapist in 2009. And God allowed me to birth my vision in 19, right before COVID, Zenful Escape Day Spa. Where I am the owner operator massage therapist. I am a relaxation coach, meditation coach. I am a spiritual inspirator. I don't like to say I am an ordained elder. But I don't do titles, y'all. I don't like titles. So I just say that I motivate people spiritually daily as God, as God directs me to do. And that's just me. Look, I'm just the girl from around the way. I'm the country girl who you listen. I am just who I am unapologetically. I'm not religious. I'm not in a box because God is not in a box. And I just love people, Tori. That's all I get to serve, man. That's it.
And that's what it's all about. It's about serving. So let me ask
Yeah.
you this. What is the name of your business? And also, um, hold on. She said she can't hear us. Wonder why. Let's see. Let me make sure. I had a commenter says they can't hear.
Oh
So I want to
wow.
make sure. You guys tell us if you can hear us in the comments because someone said they can't hear. I want to make sure.
I
Let's
can't
see.
even see any comments. So
Hold on. Let me go to my page. Um, okay, Pamela Tedder says she can hear, and
okay.
Courtney
Hey
and
Pam.
Courtney and Courtney says she can hear. So Karen, make sure your volume is turned up. Thank you, Courtney, and thank you, Pamela, for letting us know that you are able to hear. So Karen, turn up your volume. Make sure your volume is turned up so you can hear. So basically, I was asking you, what is the, if I remember, I think I was asking you the name of your business
Yeah, yeah.
and what did you do? But I saw her comment, it threw me. It
Oh,
kind of
you're
distracted
fine.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I apologize. Repeat that. The name of your business and how long that you've been doing that and what inspired you to do what you do.
The name of the business is Zenful. Zenful, yeah, it's in the name. Zenful Escape Day Spa. Uh, you come for the day. You escape from all of your outside worries and or frustrations. Like I said, I'm a massage therapist. Um, it's located in Hartsville, South Carolina, 1517 East Bobo Newsome Highway, Unit H. So come see us, you guys, at Zenful Escape Day Spa. A colleague of mine is in there with me, and her name is Dawn Watford, and we together, we love what we do. Um, I started doing what I was doing because I was purposed. I was doing nails probably about 14 years or so. And my mentor, Wendy Moore, who owned the Pamper Place Day Spa in Hartsville, had one of the first day spas of that kind in this county back in the 80s. She started really young, and she took me under her wing in like 2005 and started mentoring me, and just started teaching me and cultivating my gift, my craft. And just one day I had an epiphany when she was teaching me reflexology. I was like, I really dig this massage stuff. I dig this. Like this is what I love. I came out of the medical field and was like, thought I wanted to be a nurse, but then it's like I love seeing people relax and well more than ill. And yeah, just from that moment on, and finally in 2008 the opportunity opened up for me to go to school, and the rest is history, man. The rest is history.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hear a lot of great things about Zenful. I haven't gotten a chance to get my massage yet, but I'm coming. I'm coming. It's long overdue, but I'm coming. So listen, then we're gonna get into this topic, but I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. I said I was gonna save it to the end, but I know me, I may forget. Plus,
Mhm.
I'm a crybaby, but I just want to send love to the family of Tyree Nichols, the young man that was beaten to death. Now, a lot of people they ask me
Mhm.
whether or not I watched the video. I myself will not watch the video. For one, I am a mother.
Yeah.
I have a son and I have to protect my mental health.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that to myself mentally. I
Right.
know that I'm an empath and I know that I will not be able to handle it. So I have to be real with myself.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to show love to his family.
Absolutely.
Um, and send my love and condolences to the family. I hear about it, but I am not going to watch the video. I refuse to watch the video because I'm going to protect my mental health. I'm not able to do it. And I also want to send my love and condolences out to Ricky Smiley. He lost his son as well, Brandon. So I want to send my love and condolences out to him as well. I got an opportunity to meet Ricky Smiley some years ago, and he was like one of the coolest people that you could meet. So I want to send him my love and condolences as well. So I want to say that send out to the family, and also to because you speak about the fact that you're from Hartsville. I want to also show love to the people of Hartsville that are mourning Travis Hunter. It has been a year since his passing. So I want to show love to all of his family and friends and everyone whose life he impacted as well. I know two of his personal friends, Marvin, Tony, they're like brothers, and Wanda Govan. So I want to send y'all my love as well, because I know this weekend probably is hard. And I want to show love to all the families, because we all are going through something. We all are grieving, whether it's an actual person, whether it's a situation, whether it's a job, whatever it is. I want to send my love and my heart to you. So we're gonna do that.
Yes,
so
and
get that out of the way.
Yeah, and I also want to add I lost an amazing friend, somebody this week, Octavia Crummy, and the Crummy and Hawkins family. I just want to say, oh my gosh, Octavia left a footprint in the cement. An amazing individual. She would pray with me and pray for me when I couldn't pray for myself. Right. Even though she was much younger than me, and my girls looked up to her. Awesome and amazing young lady. I just can't say enough great things about her. This family is going through such a horrible loss. And I just want to say to the Crummy and Hawkins family that I love you guys, and that I'm praying for you, and that we definitely will bask on the fact that Octavia was so amazing. And I'm so glad that God allowed me to be able to get the love on her while she was here. Right. So yeah, and to all the bereaved families that Tori mentioned before, we just want to pray and just ask that God give you peace and comfort.
Absolutely. Yes. And Karen, thank you. Love you guys back. Love you too. Love you back. And so the topic that we're going to be talking about today, like I said, I want to say that before it slipped my mind at the end. I want to make sure I said that. So today we're going to be talking about being single, saved, and waiting. So I want you guys to interact in the comments. I actually wanted to may have to do a part 2, because I want to I want to get a male's point of view as well. Men that are saved, single, and waiting as well.
Where y'all at, guys? Where the fellas at?
So and also I gotta say this on a lighter note. I gotta say, well, how about those Eagles? Because they sent the 49ers home, and I think the Kansas Chiefs and the Bengals are playing now. So I understand that some people are so some people are probably watching the game, and those that are watching the game, make sure you come back and watch the replay. But I was an Eagle fan this week, so the Eagles won. So congratulations to the Eagles.
Hey, congratulations. My boy's out, so it is what it is.
Well, yeah, but I'm on the couch.
Well, it's our boys. I forgot. Still a fan.
Yeah. We on the couch, but it's all good.
It's all good.
But Cynthia, start the way. What does it mean to you to be single, saved, and waiting? I'm gonna give you the floor, and I'm gonna let you speak on it. And I want you guys in the comments. I want you to interact with this particular subject.
Oh boy, listen here. So, what does it mean to be saved, single, and waiting? This is something that I've been on a new venture. It's been a journey. It's been a journey that God has really shown me. When you're single, and you try to figure out, what do I really want? Am I really ready? Why am I single? It's all of the questions you ask yourself. Is something wrong with me? And I just got to the point where it's like, I just started basically, and I know this may sound cliche, but just spending time with God. God showed me, because I have flaws. I have reservations. I have I say that I ask myself questions. I never say that I have insecurities, because it's not that. It's just the fact that you wonder, uh why am I choosing this way, or why am I choosing that way, or why this is not working out. So I had to take time after my last relationship and say, listen, let's scale back. Okay. Let's hide in God. Let's check you. Don't worry about nobody else. Check yourself. Allow God to show me who I am. Allow God to show me my flaws. Allow my flaws to come out. Me to forgive myself. And that's what it was. It was me forgiving myself, me reflecting on me learning to love me more than I thought I did before. And me just saying, you know what, this ain't too bad. This becoming and learning and knowing is not as bad as I thought it would be. Of course, being saved, God is the head of my life. Without God, I'm nothing. Without God, I can't be. Without God, I can't become. Without God, I'm not purpose. Without God, you know what I'm saying? I'm limited. So, of course, being saved is an amazing thing, because it's only an attribute to my life. Being single is just a label. It just happens to be that I'm not with husband. Okay, all well and fine, but that doesn't decrease me who I am as a woman. Now, the waiting part, that's a part where you really get to understand who you are, where your strength is, where your weaknesses are, what you lack in, where you need strength. That's the key, because a lot of us okay with being saved and single, but that waiting part, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, because even though we're taught biblically that we should wait until marriage, we ain't waiting. Keep it real. A lot of people not waiting. Come on now. They're just not, because it makes it seem like, okay, if I don't, then how will I know? Or okay, well, how will I know if he's the right man if I don't? But the waiting part actually was for me to decide, listen, okay, do I really want to get to know me, or do I want to get to know me? And a lot of times when you take a relationship to another level and you jump in something physically, you open up a whole Pandora's box. And sometimes it clouds your mind, it clouds your thinking, it clouds things. So biblically, waiting is one of the reasons, but waiting because I want to learn to love on me unapologetically. I want to learn to love on me more. I want to know that for sure that I love Cynthia. For sure that Cynthia is enough. That for sure that Cynthia has given Cynthia what she needs before another person comes in. Because without the waiting, how you really going to know and get to know people? Because I feel like that clouds the judgment. You know what I'm saying? It allows you to accept things that you wouldn't normally accept. And a lot of people talk about soul ties. My thing is the transfers of energy. And when we don't wait, we mess up our healing process. We mess up our purpose. So Save, Single, and Waiting, baby, is all about becoming. Period. It's all about me evolving into who I am. It's all about me accepting my life where it is. It's all about me saying, okay, Cynthia, this is you. This is where God has you at, and what are you really gonna focus on?
Right. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about, a lot of people have this debate about the dating as opposed to courting. What point are you in your life, or you in your a point in your life about the dating process of the courting, and how do you define dating? Because different people have their own unique way of, defining dating and as opposed to courting. So let me get your input on dating as opposed to courting.
Okay, with dating, I've learned dating is good to date. I date myself, but when you're dating another individual, it's gathering information. Dating is not I'm falling in love tomorrow. Dating is gathering the information and allowing this person to be who they are in front of you, so you can calculate or take notes and see if that person lines up with what your desires are. And I have a list. I have a list for my future husband. I have prayers for my future husband. I pray for him every night. Every night. I pray for him. And I have a list of what I desire from him. And when you date and when I decide to date again, or when it happens, I'm gonna be looking at my list as I date. And that's gathering your information. That's a difference. You're enjoying. You're saying it is what it is, and what happens, what happens. That's what dating is. To me, courting is an intention. Courting is an intention. When you court a woman, you're done with her, and her. You're done with all the multiple good morning, beautiful text messages, good morning, king text messages. You're done with that. You are intending on finding or being found. And a man's job is to kind of like seek, chase, you know what I'm saying? And our job as a woman is to be found, is to be open, to be visible, to be found. And when you court, the end is marriage. The
Right.
intention, the beginning intention is marriage, and the end is marriage. And for me, courting is not 3, 4, 5 years. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Right.
Because you've made up in your mind that I'm ready and that I'm willing to do what it takes to go into this thing. And with courting, personally, me, this doesn't mean everybody else, that God is the umbrella over that courtship. So that's the difference for me. And it is what it is. I mean, you can call it what you want, but that's my version of dating versus courting.
So when you say dating, I'm going to ask you to pose this question. When it comes to dating, are you dating? Would you? Because see, some people say that when you're dating, you can date multiple people because you're collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
You're going out with different people,
Oh
and of
yeah.
course you're gonna gravitate to the one that you feel that you're most, I guess, don't mind spending your time. Because I wouldn't say compatible, because sometimes compatibility can be a trap sometimes as well.
There you go. yeah, it can.
I wouldn't say the compatibility, because that can sometimes be a trap. But a lot of times people say that when you're dating and you're dating multiple people, a lot of people confuse, to me, because I define dating that you can get to know different people, but when you're dating, your courting is when you're focused on one person, and like you said,
Yes.
it's intentional, and
Yes.
the end goal is marriage. But
Yes.
a lot of people don't believe in courting these days. A lot of people want to go from person to person, person to person, and people don't realize the energy transfer, the spirit transfer when you're with, because a lot of times if you are intimate with someone and using when you're using protection, you may be protecting yourself from some, not all STDs, but you're not protecting yourself from sexually transmitted demons, because those spirits are transferable, and you can't protect, even though you're protecting yourself, you can't protect yourself from the spirits that are, intertwined. And when you're in connect with people, because I've noticed previously, when I was in a relationship, I changed based on that person.
Oh
I
yeah.
said things based on that person. I didn't realize it was that serious, but
Oh, it is.
I was like, wait a minute, why am I saying this?
Oh
And
yeah.
why
Oh
am I
yeah.
going here? Why am I
Yeah.
doing this?
Oh
It's
yeah.
just that deep. But people don't realize. People are like, there's no such thing as soul ties, or there's no such thing as the spirit being transferred. but it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing that people don't understand. And it's like, I teach my clients and stuff about energy. God is energy. He's the first energy. He's the most amazing, strongest energy that there is. And we're made in his image. So we have energy, and there's a transference of energies when it comes to being involved with people and in relationship with them. And when you are dating, you're dating multiple people. And see, with me, I have a limit. I'm not gonna date a whole like bunch of people. I just can't. Like some women are like, I'm just gonna date, and I'm just gonna date. And I had a person that I socialized with, and they were like, well, I've dated like up to 8 people at a time, like just casually dating. I said, I can't fathom
8.
Listen, I can't. And this is just going on dates. This is just gathering the information.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I just can't do that. And focus. I just don't know how. But I understand if someone else can, they can do that. But for me, no. Because I pick up on energy very strong, very strongly. I have a strong discernment, and it's like I can't be in everyone's space. And I just feel like people don't realize how serious it is. Like I still had to, and when I had to, and when you go through a breakup, it's like you find yourself saying things that your ex was, you know what I'm saying? What they would say, like phrases. You pick up phrases. You pick up, you pick up a lot of things. And when you become single, you have to truly become single. Like, and that takes time. And that takes time. But yeah, I love what you said about STDs, spiritually transmitted demons. And sometimes we'll pick up that person's pain. We'll carry their pain, a pain that is not our own. And that's why it's so important and serious to really know if this is the person that you should be exchanging and you should be with, and whether you should be casually dating without sex. Because I feel like casual dating is not a sex thing. Like, but society has made dating like sex a big thing with dating, but really dating was only supposed to be like on the Andy Griffin show, when he would go and take his girl out to the diner, you know what I'm saying, and go have a hamburger and soda. Like, that's what dating is supposed to be. But people are making it more like relationship. They're making it more like a mirage of marriage, because
Right.
they giving people all the cake, banana, ice cream topping and everything, and they ain't even got a plate laid out yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that makes sense. But it's just
It makes a lot of sense. And you said the ultimate,
yeah.
and you said the ultimate goal with courting is marriage. So
The ultimate goal with courting is marriage, because you're intent. And my thing is, by the time it comes to courting, you've already found the person, basically. Like, that person, that interest is there. Like, it's there for them, it's there for you. Now courting is the next level. To
right.
me, dating is, we're gathering the information. We're saying, okay, we click. Now
Mm-hmm.
we click. Now what's next? You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Now what's next? Next is the courting. Next
Right.
is we meet each other's families.
Right.
We meet each other's kids. We
Right.
see it. Courting is seeing if our families blend well.
Right.
Courting is more than just the two people. Courting is now gelling together a whole tribe and a community, and seeing how we gel. Courting is seeing how, honey, can we worship together?
Right.
Do you understand when we on the floor and the sheets is on top of us? Like,
Right.
do we gel well in a spiritual atmosphere? Do we gel well in a business atmosphere? Because with courting, you have to even understand that person's business aspects. Because I'm not saying I'm this great business mind, but I love business and entrepreneurship. That's a drive for me.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he doesn't, I still want him to understand and respect it. It doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be an entrepreneur too, but he
Mm-hmm.
has to be driven. Even if it's on somebody else's job, corporation, he has to be self-driven.
Right.
So courtship is about learning that person, knowing what attributes they bring to the relationship, and that's reciprocated. They need to know what you have. I don't like to say bringing it to the table. I don't like that. I don't like that phrase, because people are loosely throwing around, what are you bringing to the table, when a lot of people out here, honey, they had their own table before they met you. So
Right.
don't ask a man or a woman what you bringing to a table, baby, when they've been plating and cooking and serving the table for years without you. It's all about, what are you adding to me, to my life? Like, are you bringing peace with you? Because you should already have it now. With courtship, you should already have peace, joy, happiness, self-love, self-esteem. You should already have it. This other person needs to bring more of that. So when you get low, they can fill you back up.
Right. Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
courtship is to that. It is. It's like, this is marriage, and like courtship is right there. But it's, the more you know, the more you learn. You know.
Right. Right. I was going to ask the question because I was writing while you were talking. I was because my short term memory is horrible. So I was writing down some things so I can make sure I remember to ask. Okay, we were also talking now. This is a person, of course they've since transitioned, but
Mm-hmm.
and I did not follow this person before prior to them transitioning,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a content creator or whatever you want to call it, Kevin Samuels, and he made the
Mm-hmm.
point of if you have children and you decide that you want to wait, he's like, what are you waiting for? You already had kids. What's your take on that? And then there's another question I want to ask as well in pertaining to dating someone with children. But first, let's address what's your take on with Kevin Samuels, God bless the dead, that he said that once you've already have kids or you've already been, been intimate, what's the point in stopping?
The same point of whether I want cream in my coffee, or I want it black. This is my decision. This is my choice. This is my body.
Right.
And it's the same decision as when a person sins and they choose to stop. It's simple. You can't identify, or you can't put limitations or requirements on me and my body just because of what has happened in my past. Yes, I have 3 whole children and 7 grandkids as evidence that I have had sex at least once in my life.
Right.
Okay. So, but when it comes to a woman, and why men feel like they need to address what we do with our bodies is beyond me. Right? As a woman, if you want to stop having sex, go, so be it. But for me personally, it allows me to think clearer, and I'm more in tune with God, and there's no distraction. Because once you get sexually involved with a man, honey, you begin to take on a piece of him. When that semen and y'all listen, I hope the cheering ain't listen. But when I'm serious, when we receive his semen, we're receiving a part of his DNA. Women are receivers. Our wombs we're receivers, and we hold information. Come on, let's get scientific. So when we wonder why we have what they call a woman's intuition. A woman's intuition is because this man, every time this encounter happens, is leaving his DNA with us. So when he starts to feel bad and he's not around us and we call, is everything okay? Or if we start getting intuition that something not right because he may be cheating, honey, we're not wrong. We're walking around with a part of him in us. So why would I choose to have somebody there that I'm not even sure if that's my person? And we share the most sacred thing, the temple, with people that don't even deserve a peek. And we have to start making better choices. We have to start saying, listen, it's not about that. When you get to a certain point in your life, your body is the most important thing. I know with me, I'm 50. I'm starting to do better with my health. I love what I'm seeing physically, spiritually first, mentally still working on that. So why would I just share it with anybody? Why would you do that? And I understand I've seen Kevin Samuel, and I heard his rhetoric. I was not a fan, and I voiced that very openly. God bless the dead, but karma's real. So you have to watch how you tell women uh how they should do things and how they shouldn't do things when we're doing this for self improvement, for repair, for growth, for healing. It's a healing in that thing. Because when you separate yourself from somebody, honey, Juanita Bynum said no more sheets. Baby, you got to get single, 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 single. You only don't have to get single from the last man you were with. You might have to go 3 men down and become single because you haven't yet had a chance to be, I guess I want to say, delivered from the third guy, because you made the other two suffer from that. So my thing is, it's a lot. It's a lot to take on as a woman. I'm not saying men, but a woman, we gather that information of that DNA and we hold it there. And that's a lot of times why sometimes it's hard for us to shake it. And I don't mean to try to get so deep, but I didn't agree with what he said, because a lot of times that is so essential to somebody's healing. It could be damaging if a woman does not refrain from that, if she doesn't get, practice abstinence and say, you know what, I'm just going to scale back and I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to let God heal my heart and I'm going to work on the rest. I'm going to do my part. And I just think that's what it is. I don't think it's that all of a sudden we're like, oh, we hate it, because it's a beautiful thing. God created it. So right. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. People mess it up. People make it dirty. People, yeah, they damage the sanctity of it, of what it's supposed to be. But I'm not a Kevin Samuels fan. Never was. I won't be in the future. Whatever you say about resting or whatever. But yeah.
And the other question I had is, what is your take on? Because I'm nervous about dating someone with children, because I can get attached to the children. So say if I'm dating someone and they have children and there's a breakup occurs, if I'm attached to their children and me and their children have had a good relationship, I may want to still stay connected to the children, but sometimes that may not always be a good idea. So what is your take on, like, if you're dating someone and they have children, do you still stay connected to the children, or once you break up with that person, you break up with the children as well? Because I know I've dated someone before and they asked me, well, Tori, is it okay that, this person was before you, but I still have a relationship with their child? Is that okay? I'm like, no, I don't have a problem with that at all. Yeah. But then, sometimes it's like, sometimes it can be a thin line. So what's your take on that when you date someone with children and you may have formed a connection or bond with their children and you have a good relationship with their children, but after the breakup, do you choose to stay connected, or sometimes you have to disconnect altogether from the children? Because see, the children are innocent.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Oh gosh, I gravitate towards kids. I really do. And you can ask any of my friends. I always said I don't date nobody with no kids. Listen, before I met, and that's crazy because the last relationship, I fell in love with the kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, you like, oh, I love the kids. You do, because kids are kids. They're so pure form, and it's like they real. So my thing is, that is why you wait. And it's nothing that was rushed into. I wasn't you don't introduce people to your kids immediately. You just don't. People didn't meet my kids. You just don't meet my kids. You know, yes. When I married, my husband met my kids 6 months. Yeah. My ex-husband met my kids 6 months. It was 6 months. 6 months. Like, I was really afraid for him to meet my kids, because I know how it is. And don't rush. Take your time. Don't always allow somebody to meet your kids, but when you know, that's why you date. And that is why you transition from dating to courting. The courting stage is when you start introducing family. When you start introducing family, when the addresses get the same or what, you introduce family, then you like, okay, listen, this is, and you've already gathered in your heart, both of you, and your heart and your minds, knowing we're going to the next level. This is going to be married. So now our kids have to know each other because we're about to be a blended family. Um, with the breakup and kids being there, oh wow. Me saying it hurts because that's what I miss the most. Because all of my children are adults, so I can't mother them. So being in a relationship with someone that has younger kids, and not that I would ever try to take a child's mother's place. No, me, I would consider myself that bonus mom. You know what I'm saying? Who kind of like, like, because I love to cook and I love to kind of spoil kids in that sense. So then I'm like, ooh, I can be like, what y'all want to eat? And I can cook, you know what I'm saying? So I love that nurturing part. Like you miss that. You miss doing that. You miss having the giggles and the noises and the music and the questions and the insight and asking them about school. You miss all of that. You get to the point where you like you do. And that's the thing when it comes to a breakup, you're not only trying to heal from the breakup from the individual, you got to heal with the breakup with the kids, because if it's not a situation where you can go back and keep having a relationship with the kids, because that's a lot to ask someone. That's a lot to ask them. I don't want to be with you, but I want to see your kids every 2 weeks. They're like, what? No, and it's not that they want to hurt the kids, but that's a lie. That's a lot to say to a person, because that'll be me. It's like, can I break up with you? Can I see your kids? Can I see the kids? I miss the kids. But I say what works for you and what works for you both, and it depends on the breakup. It depends on how the breakup happened. Was it mutual? Was it a messy? If it was messy, just heal. Just move on and heal. And but yeah, I love That was kind of touchy, Tori. So yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just
okay.
I never, when I ask people to come on,
No,
I never
I'm
know.
just joking.
But I'm just saying, like when I invite people on, I never know what I'm going to ask.
That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, you don't think about it. And actually, like I just thought, when you think about the kids and you're like, you love the kids. That you fall in love with the kids. Look, if you love their daddy, you got to love the kids. The kids part of their daddy, so you got to love them too.
So let me ask you this question. So I'm glad you said that. That was one of the things that I never could understand. If you're in a relationship with someone, dating someone, courting someone, and they introduce you to their children, how can you really love that person if you don't love their children? Because the reason why I asked that question, because I've seen people in relationships that that's my significant other, but I don't deal with their children. I'm like, how is that positive? How can you do that?
You can't. They're to me personally. If I fall in love with you, I automatically love your kids.
Right.
If I feel like I would jump in front of a bullet for you, I'm gonna do the same thing for you. I have bonus sons that still call me mom. I divorced their daddy. I didn't divorce them. So they still call me mom. They could call me right now if they needed something. They could come to me. That's just a rapport I have, and that's the way I feel. Like there's no way I can look someone I love, in the face and say, I love you, but I don't love what God blessed you with, what God allowed you to create, even if it was with another woman. And guess what I'm gonna also do? I'm gonna love on their mother. Why am I gonna love on their mother? I'm never gonna do anything to disrespect or say anything disrespectful about their mother, or allow the man I'm in love with disrespect their mother while I'm standing there in front of them, because I feel like they're a part of her too. You get what I'm saying? And I think we always cut it out and say, oh, well, I'm just gonna like her and the kids. I can't stand the you know what I'm saying, the father. I can't stand the mother. I love when Will and Jada and Trey's mom, I can't think of her name right now. They all did this big magazine write up about how they became a blended family. And my older two daughters and their bonus mom and their dad and myself, that's how we are. And it's crazy because their bonus mom invites me to stuff to stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's so doable. It's like, that's why courtship, honey, is like, do you love the whole family? Like, you gotta love the kids, and you gotta love their mama, because they not only came from the daddy, they came from the mama. And I'm not saying I gotta be in a relationship with this woman and me and her gotta be best friends. What I'm saying is, when it's time for a family gathering or it's time for something to happen or an event, I am gonna show her the utmost respect, and it's reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
all about being grown, honey, and
Right.
being God grown. There's a
Right.
difference. Being
Right.
God. See, when you God grown, no woman intimidates you because she was with him before you, baby. That was before you.
Right.
That was before you. So there is should be no animosity. It should be all love, and it should be all of us trying to cultivate these beautiful babies into the adults that they need to become. Because at the end of the day, God will hold all of us accountable if we mess their lives up,
Right. Right.
because we're not getting along. But yeah,
Exactly.
I can't see that. I can't see you loving him and not loving them, or that child. That's just too much of an instability there. I think if a man has a woman like that, sir, leave her alone. Because if she can't love your child when you're at work and you can't get there, and no one else can, and she won't go to your child's rescue, that's a problem, sir. That's a big problem. She needs to go to your child's rescue. And it shouldn't have to be an emergency. It could just be that he's busy at the moment.
Right. Right.
And you should be able to go and help him, because that's a part. If you're going to be married, if you're going to eventually be married, that's a part of the married life, honey. That's a
Right.
part of you saying, okay, I am a connection of your father. So if you can't get him, get me.
Right.
You can get to me. So getting to me is like getting to him. And you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. And that's
Right.
how it should be. Just like I see plenty of men that say, I ain't taking care of nobody else's kids. Well, sir, you can't love the mother. There's no way you can look that woman in her face and tell her you love her if you don't have a compassion. It's not that the other, that the biological father shouldn't be responsible, but you should love that child to the point to where you want to see that child prosper regardless of who their father is. That's just my
Right.
take.
And then here's the other flip side to that as well. On the flip side, with the woman um dating a man, I don't know if a lot of women are this way, but I have an issue if I'm in a relationship or dating a man and I know they have children
Mm-hmm.
and they're not taking care of their children. But say you're in a relationship with someone, you're not taking care of your own children, but you're taking care of the children that the person that you're in a relationship, you take care of their kids, but you're not taking care of your own, like, prior to you getting with that person. I have an issue with that. I don't know if it's just me, but I have an issue with that.
No, red flag. Red flag. If he's not taking care of his babies, honey, if he's not passionate about his kids, girl, run. Run. Gone by. Leave. Even if he offers to take your kids to Disneyland, if he has not taken his own babies to Disneyland, run. Do not allow this man to treat your children how he does not treat his own kids. And no, vice versa. Woman, treat
Right.
your kids. She go and cook for his kids and won't even cook for her own at her house. No, run,
Yeah.
y'all. Run.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And how does that process look? Well, how, from your experience, how has the healing process been for you? And in regards, because you mentioned that you the last relationship, how has your healing process looked? What are some of the steps you had to take in order for you to get to where you are now, in order for you to truly heal? Because a lot of times we can think, I know I have thought that I was healed, but it was
Mm-hmm.
because maybe I didn't see this person, I didn't talk to this person. But what are some things that, from your experience, that you had to do in order for you to truly heal? because sometimes we don't fully heal. We suppress how we truly feel. We don't
Mm.
really heal. So what has your healing process looked like in regards to maybe your last day, or just what has your healing process look like? And also, what are some tips that you would advise someone that may be going through a breakup or going through a situation and they need some healing?
The first thing that I've learned in my healing process is to be quiet. When you go through a breakup, and if anybody knows about it, it doesn't care if it's 1, 2, 3 people. Don't just talk as less as possible. Know your tribe. Know your tribe. Know who your tribe is. But first and foremost, be transparent with God. My healing process has really been enlightening, if I could say that, because it really has shown me who I am. And it has also shown me where my weaknesses were, but now where my strengths are. And it has allowed me to walk this journey and understand that I had and have self-work to do. We're not perfect by any means, but there comes a time where you have to be accountable for everything that you do, and you have to own up to your stuff, beloved. You have to own up to your stuff, and it's okay to love from a pure place, and it's okay to forgive yourself for loving from a pure place. And don't regret that you loved from a pure place. A very amazing dear friend of mine taught me that. Taught me that in the past few months. That don't feel bad that you love from a pure place. Even when you're in your hurting stage, don't regret loving someone from a pure place at heart, with good intentions, with intentions to marry, with intentions to being with this person for the rest of your life. Do not beat yourself up and stop. And don't stop yourself from loving them. Do that make sense? I know, like, I want to, like, what do you mean by that? Meaning that falling out of love with someone sometimes is a gradual thing. Sometimes you just don't wake up and say, you know what? I can't stand them. And I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And it's so crazy, because when you start to talk to people, you hear things and you get different, enlightenments. And sometimes people wake up a week later and they're okay. And then sometimes you wake up 3 months later and you feel horrible. Everyone's healing process looks different. And sometimes it's not going to be the way that you think it is, but as long as you stay on the journey, as long as you're willing to grow, as long as you have a strong, let me tell you something, my spiritual tribe is no joke. I got some good prayer partners. I got some good partners that'll be on the phone with me. Look, when people will allow you to be, like a friend of mine said, the ugly cry.
Right.
Even though they don't see you on the phone, but they know you on the other end of that phone, ugly cry. Like the me and you must never part cry. When they're allowing you to be in that space and they allow you to do that, and they don't beat you up for it, and they don't throw up in your face about this, that, or the other, what they think of that or thought, or they just allow you to be there, and all they say is it's gonna be okay, and they give you words of affirmation, and they give you words to build you up, and they give you words that will not allow you to stay down. Honey, you have found your tribe. And that's what you have to have. You have to grab hold to a tribe. You have to grab hold to your spiritual leadership. You have to grab hold first to God. But you also have to grab hold to yourself and not lose you and not lose who you are, because we're fearfully and wonderfully made. And sometimes things happen in life that we do not plan and or expect, but nothing takes God by surprise. So we have to know that God already knows the ending of things. And we have to say, you know what? In this healing process, I'm just gonna go forward. Go forward in your healing process. Allow whatever to birth forth birth. Allow whatever to fall off, fall off. And do not be ashamed of who you're becoming on the other side of the healing. Simple.
That's good. That's really good. Now I got two final questions. This hour has went by fast. Two
I
final
know it's an
questions.
hour
Yes, we're 55 minutes in. 55 minutes in. So two final questions.
already.
We were talking about being single, saved, and waiting. Well, maybe
Hmm.
just by saying that, repeating the title, I've got three questions.
Okay.
How important? One question is, when you date again, how important is it for your future mate to have a relationship with God? Second thing is, a lot of people say, when we talk about waiting and abstaining, a lot of people say that when you do start dating or courting, not to lead with the fact that you are abstaining. Do you agree with whether you let them know up front, I'm abstaining? And then the last question is, will you prefer, because a lot of times when people say they are abstaining, you are making the decision as to whether or not you're going to abstain until marriage, or some people will say they abstain until they're in a committed relationship. Everybody's views about that is different.
It's
So,
different. Hmm.
and I probably went too fast, but the first question was, how important is it for that partner, whoever God has for you, to have? Of course, they're gonna have to. How important is it? Basically, is it a deal breaker if they don't have a strong relationship with God? The second thing is, the second question was, would you lead with it when you start being serious about someone? Will you tell them, well, listen, I'm abstaining? Because sometimes that will be the. Sometimes you tell people that that'll make them run. I've had that experience. You tell them that they'll run. And then the third thing is, are you deciding to wait until you're actually married? Because some people say, well, I'm in a committed relationship, and they still decide to, but would you wait for marriage? So those are three things. And I know I probably said too much, but
Well, the first question you asked me, is it a deal breaker if they don't have a relationship with God?
yes.
It is a deal breaker.
Okay.
Um, this is the reason why I say that. Last night I went to a prophetic and paint in Sumter, South Carolina. Awesome experience. Oh my God, if y'all never done that before, do it. It was amazing. It was a prophetic experience, and we painted. And I'm gonna show my painting. And this is, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is my painting. I don't know if y'all can see
Now go back to the opposite. Go back this way. Yeah, we see
it.
it now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm an ocean girl. So
Mhm.
basically it was like, think of nothing, just start drawing. Okay, the sun represents God. Okay,
Mhm.
heaven, sky, water. This is a reflection. This is me.
Mhm.
I'm a reflection of God.
Mhm.
My ultimate goal is to walk in the purpose that God has me to walk in, to be who God has me to be, who He's called me to be, unapologetically, to move on God's voice, to hear God's voice, to do what it is that God has called me to do without apologies to anybody and or anything. So if you don't even understand the one who sent me, the one who created me, the one who's cultivated me, the one who's becoming me, who's making me become who I am, then baby, you can't have me. Because at some point in my life, God may call me over here and you're trying to pull me over there. But trust and believe, God is not. Listen, I can't have no other gods before Him. And if you don't love Him more than me, then you can't love me correctly, because you have to be the same reflection of God in order to love me. Because there's sometimes I'm not even going to understand how to communicate to you what I need. But when you have that connection and relationship with God, guess what, baby? God is going to tell you this is what she needs. And people may say, oh, that's not how God, baby. Yes, it is how He operates. I've seen it over and over and over again. So when I can't pray for me, you gotta pray for me. When I'm down and I'm weak and I need a man that's the head, because I believe in being a submissive woman. Come on, somebody. I don't want to be the head. I don't. This independence, Beyonce now overrated. Hello, overrated. I'm sick. I'm tired of it. Okay. I love to be an entrepreneur. There's a difference with being a businesswoman, being an entrepreneur, and all this independent stuff. Y'all take your own torches and run around talking about independence. But no, I want a king. I want somebody to lead me. And if he's not following God, he gonna run us in the ditch. No, I don't want to go in the ditch. I don't got no pair of heels that I want to get that dirty. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, baby, God got to be leading us, because God could be saying at 3 p.m., I want you and your wife to go get in the car, and I want y'all to go to this property because they're auctioning off this property for this amount of dollars, and we got that and some in our bank account. We gonna miss it if you ain't hearing God, baby.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a deal breaker. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but that's
No,
a deal breaker for me. It is a deal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And no, you can't be this and I'm this. You can't be Catholic and I be this. No. No. Holiness without shall no man see the Lord. No. We lay hands over here. We pray over here. I anointed your head. Baby, you can be sleeping and you wake up greased. I anointing your head with oil. If God said do it, I'm going to do it. Pray over your husband. He going to be going through something at work this week. That's what you're going to feel 2 o'clock in the morning. I might not do it hard, but baby, you're going to feel that. Hey, I'm going to pray. Okay, that's the deal breaker. What was the second question?
The second question, and I think this is what Wanda said, for me, not their business. And Wanda, I'm going to tell you why I asked that question, because I've had, and I think make sure you correct me if I'm wrong. I think what you mean when you say for me, not their business, I have had people that were interested in me, and when the conversation goes to the left, meaning for me, the left, when it goes to something inappropriately, I think to myself, so where is this going? Why we got to talk about some inappropriate stuff when I call about, and then automatically go to the left, or you automatically make a comment about my shape, my figure, or all that stuff. If it goes to the left, that's why I say, should you lead with it? Like if they came out and asked, because some men, not all, but some, that's they're gonna
try you,
and they're gonna woo you, pretend to be something that they're not, in order to get that. And then when they get that, then they may not call again. So that was the reason why I asked that question, because sometimes conversations go to the left. So that's why I asked the question, would you tell them if the because some of them will throw it out there just to see where your head is at. So that's why I said it. And I think that what you mean, Wanda, but Claire, tell me if that's what you're referring to, that you would not say whether or not you abstain, and tell them that you're abstaining. And then of course, when you was answering that first question, she said, come on now.
Wanda know too well. Wanda knows. Wanda knowing it, she know. Listen, I kind of agree with my sister Wanda. And the reason why I say that I kind of agree with my sister Wanda is because in the beginning, it is none of their business, because my body ain't their business. I want to know your personality, and you should be wanting to know my personality. Now, when the conversations go left, my block game strong, real baby, because you know what I do? I take this little Samsung, I open it up, and I go straight to your name. I dial on up, and I hit block, and I close my phone. Because first of all, we ain't even there yet. And for you to start talking about whether I'm a 36, 24, 46, or whatever I am, which that's none of your business either. You have no business going left with me when I never took you left. Right. So if my conversation is basically where it is respectful, that's where you have to stay. But when you start taking it to a sexual way, then you're not the one. And that's the thing about us. We need to learn to date. We need to learn to gather the information. We need to learn to remember what we ask God for. What do we desire in our heart from a husband? But then you allow these little boys to come in and tickle your ears and tell you something to make you feel good. Baby, I hear a lot of stuff throughout the day that make me feel good. A lot of it is cross a radio. I mean, by a singer. I mean, but you don't see me going and throwing my clothes off for them.
Yeah.
So why would you just throw your clothes off for somebody that says some kind words? A lot of people are slick with words. And listen, child, listen. Me in a relationship, when I'm in love, I'm the aggressor. So I'm like, listen, I don't come talking like that with me if we're not there, if we're not courting, if we're not going to be husband and wife. And when
Mhm.
you said like that goes into,
Mhm.
am I going to abstain until marriage? Would I love to sit here and say, yeah, I would. But there's such a big part of me that say, what if I get to the wedding night and I'm very disappointed? That's the no. One thing
That's
about
the
me, Tori,
that's
you
the
know I'm real.
real. That's
I'm
the
so real.
real.
I am so real. But it has to get to that. Honestly, if that I'm already in love, I'm in love. I'm vested. And that's the thing. Most women, when we really good when we're there, I'm talking about women that won't say husband, that want a husband, that want when we're there, we're already in love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how they're able. So I would love, God help me, God, if that's what you want from me. Like I said, I'm still becoming, honey. God is still cultivating me, growing me, healing me. I want that. I would love to just wait until, like, say, until I got a ring on. That's what I would love. I just don't know. At this point, I'm not even focusing on, okay, in my head, I'm gonna have a husband. You get what I'm saying? I at this point, I'm just living. I'm enjoying life. Am I saying I'm not? No.
Right.
But I'm not saying I am either. And is
Right.
that a focus for me? No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not a thought of topic either. So
Right.
I
Right.
say this to say, the stronger I get in God, that I'll be reassured to come back and tell you yay or nay. I'll be able to say yes. I'm waiting until He marry me.
Right. Right.
So you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's transparency,
Yeah.
because the last relationship, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because we feel like when we're in love, we're there. When I feel like when you fall in love, wait a little bit more and wait a little bit more. And like I said, you can't sometimes say, well, I I really didn't want to. Stop lying. Yes, you did want to. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know you did, and you need to go repent and ask God to forgive you.
Mhm.
Is it doable? Absolutely. Because I feel like the less that sex is present, the more you're able to really get to know the person and really just rock with them in a way that that you'll know whether or not that you two are meant to be together, whether you two can grow together, whether you two can build together, whether you two can come together with your finances, whether you can become one and no longer be two.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying? The sex
Right.
is a plus, honey. Cause
Yeah.
look, I can call Wanda up if he ain't got it going on, and I can say, "Can you be our sex therapist? Cause girl, we need some help." So I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, transparency wise, I'm growing to that, because that's where I would love to go to be like, I'm not doing this enough, because there's help out there, ladies. Because y'all can wait until marriage. And if you think, oh, well, he might not, trust me, Wanda Govan can help you with all your sexual. Anyway, go moving right along.
Let me go to some of Wanda comments. Okay, going back to this, Wanda said, rewrite the conversation if he does not get the cue, end the conversation swiftly and end the communication. Now, I've actually done that, but here's
Yes,
the thing.
honey.
Here's the thing. There was one particular time where I was talking to a gentleman on the phone and he wanted to see me. So when he saw me, he wanted to get touchy. I'm like, bro, he wanted to
Yeah.
touch. I'm like, I don't like, if I don't know you like that, don't touch.
Yeah. That's a
And
red
that was
flag.
one of the reasons why when you saw me want to touchy, and you got blocked, sir.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, Wanda.
You
That's
got
that's
blocked.
how I am. Yeah, I love that, because that's me. I will
Yeah.
reroute it, because someone can I get your number? Y'all know me now. Look, you get this number, you can get. But anyway, So you call, and the first out, let's talk about something else. But if
Yeah.
you don't change the conversation, Tori know my block game strong.
And then I'm gonna go to this comment. Wanda says, "As women, we will vest if we are in love, but if he's not satisfied on the wedding night, he will go."
That's the truth, Wanda. He'll be gone. Men, listen, men talk about us bad too now.
And then Wanda says, "The sex acts conflict with all the oneness." Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the chat, Wanda, the chats don't want to talk about that.
But let me say this: there is a gentleman that I got really close with, but we never had any interaction. But we were like really, really close, and it's like when he initially had interest, I wasn't into him like that. But then and it's like this guy would finish my sentences. He knew what I was thinking before I thought it. But when he first was talking to me, I was like, I'm not interested. But now it's not possible because now he's married. So it's not possible. So now I don't I don't talk to him at all because I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But
No,
yeah,
I don't do husbands.
yeah.
I
So
don't, I don't do husbands. I'm allergic. I'm allergic.
right.
I'm allergic. Just to let y'all know, get out my inbox because I'll take you out and put you in your wife inbox. I'm not the one. I am not the one. I have no remorse for a cheating husband. Please do not come in my inbox and think I am going to disrespect your wife with you because I will take you out my inbox and put you in your wife's inbox. That means screenshot and give it. Don't do that.
Right.
That's just a warning. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, just don't.
Yeah.
Let's not. Let's
And
not.
and then Wanda says he might stay in the marriage but leave it physically.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A man
Absolutely.
has to. Yeah, we already know a man got to be satisfied. That's it, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to be.
And Wanda said, "Woo." And they said, "Oh boy, it's gone." Boy, this has been an interesting conversation, but I was just curious because but I'm glad you was honest about that when I asked the question about the waiting part
Mm-hmm.
of marriage, because some people say it can't be done, but
It can.
yeah, it can be done. And once you get to know people, you can clearly hear
Yeah.
from God. And I know me personally, I can have dreams and visions, and
Yeah.
I can see stuff. Some stuff I see I don't want to see. But and it scares me sometimes now
Yeah.
because I hear clearly from God and I see things. And like we were talking, I was talking to last week. I had Dawn, my friend Dawn, on last week, and she made a valid point. A lot of times the version when you're becoming your best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm at my best version of myself,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
even getting better by the day. And it makes a difference, like I was saying on that conversation last week. It makes a difference that as to what I entertain, whether it be conversations, what I watch, what I read,
Yeah.
um, conversations. And I'm that person that I can't deal with a lot of messiness. I just can't do that. If you're not positive or
Yeah.
you're not uplifting, I can't entertain. I'm an uplifting person, so I'm at a point in my life that you got to be uplifting. You got to be positive in order for me
Yeah.
to be around me. I only have positive vibes around me at all times. And Wanda said, "You let him get away." Wanda, I probably did. And he's still an amazing person, but I just can't talk. But I still communicate with the yeah, I'll talk to y'all off air because I was about to say, yeah. But anyway, I probably did let an amazing person get away because it was just amazing to me. Like he would finish my sentences. You know what I was thinking before it was, yeah. It was a beautiful, 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 beautiful friendship.
Girl, that sounds like some Love Jones stuff. You got the Song of Solomon going the whole world. What's going on?
Anyway, we've gone past our hour, so it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for interacting in the comments. And if you would like to be a guest on the Keep the Faith podcast, make sure you email me at faithisnecessary@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 843-920-8124. I would love to hear from you. If you have any topic suggestions, let me know. Now I'm not gonna do anything do no crazy topics. Now I like to be for me it's about being impactful.
Yeah.
I want to be impactful with whatever the topics that we have. I want to have an impact. So just make sure so I'm not touching all topics. Some topics I will not discuss, but I want to be the light. I want to be the light in the world. I want to be the light. And you listen to and watch a podcast, and it makes a difference. It pricks your heart, and that's just my goal.
Yeah.
If I could just touch one person, then my job is done.
Yeah.
My job.
And I just want to encourage anyone out there that's single, that's saved, even if you're not saved, if you're single and you're desiring and you're waiting and you're hoping, put God first. Pray. Do self-work. Some of us have trust issues. I don't like to call it trust issues. What did Dawn call it?
Trust concerns.
Trust concerns.
Yes.
You have trust concerns. Because that may be the reason you're waiting. But I want to just speak affirmation to you that you will love again. That God did not leave you here where you are in this place alone. That this is a time for you to heal. This is a time for you to self-reflect. This is a time for you to grow. This is a time for you to understand who you are and who you are becoming and what you love and what you like and where you like to go and what really truly is your favorite color. What is your thing? What makes you tick? What makes you smile? What is your joy? This is the time for you to focus on you. This is the time for you to focus on God so he can truly show you who you are. And this is the time for you to know that he will not leave or forsake you, and he will place that love in your life, because man is not meant to be alone, honey. And if you desire love, love will come to you, but you have to be healed, evolved, ready to evolve, and and willing to go forward in who you are. So don't say, this is it, I'm just gonna do this because I'm tired of this. Because I hear people say, I'm just gonna go out here and I'm gonna do whatever because I'm tired of getting hurt. Do not allow your past hurts to define your future. Because just because this person hurt you doesn't mean the next person is gonna hurt you. You mess around and be like, Tori, give up somebody who completing your sentences. So what I want y'all to do is just be encouraged and know that love, you will find love again, honey. Because, honey, being saved, single, and 50, I love it. I love it. I love God. I'm grateful for where I am. I have some amazing people. I have an amazing tribe that will not let me stay down. They will get down there with me. They will dry my tears. They will pick me up. They will affirm, but they will not let me stay down. But let me tell you something about this season. This season, you're going to walk into a place that you've never been, but you have got to believe it. And you have got to do your work, beloved, because this is the year of self-work. Do your work and watch everything else come into play. God is going to manifest some things for you, but you have got to believe your desires. You can't just desire and dream it. You got to work it so he can manifest it. I love y'all and thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Tori.
You're welcome. And let me also say this. You already summed it all up, but let me just say this to a lot of people that thinking that being single is bad. It's not.
Try me, Tori.
It's not. Being single is beautiful.
It
but
is.
But I don't want to be single forever. But it's beautiful. But I was telling someone at church today. I said I want to be that roof where when my husband finds me, I want him to find me working.
Yes.
I want him to find me working. I want to be like Ruth. I want him to find me working where it's not even on my mind, because a lot of times some women Not all, but some women, I get it that you desire marriage, but do not make marriage, being desiring marriage, don't make that an idol. Some people
Mm-mm.
make desiring marriage an idol. Like they
Yes.
wake up, where my husband gonna find you focusing on it, so he ain't
He
gonna find
coming.
you. Yeah, you got to position yourself to be found, but don't let that be your ultimate focus every day you wake up. Well, my husband gonna find me today, just make sure you're in the right places and you position yourself. Just
Exactly.
position yourself. He's gonna find you. He's gonna
Yeah.
find you when you least expect it, when you're not looking. So
Yes.
make sure you love up on you. Like,
Yes.
and I've been taking myself out for years, and people will call me crazy when I go to the restaurant by myself. Like, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And people really call me retarded because I go to the movies. I have gone this pre-COVID now, because I hadn't been to the movies since COVID. But before COVID, I would go to the movies by myself. I'll take myself out to eat before the movie. Go to the movie, get popcorn during the movie, and probably go out again after the movie. I
Yeah.
love Tori, and I don't want to get to the
Yeah.
point. I don't want to get to the point though. Sometimes too, where how sometimes you can love yourself too much, where you don't want to,
Yeah.
where you don't want to let anyone in.
Yeah.
And just like I'm telling you, I'm telling myself, let that man love you. If God places someone in your life, let them love on you.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times I have blocked my own blessings. And I probably, listen, my husband probably blocked.
Tori, your block game is way stronger than mine. Yours is like 45 times multiplied. Mine is like this. Tori's is like this. Tori's is like that, like that, like that, like that. And mine's like that. Yeah,
Listen.
that part. Yeah. But seriously, I love that because Ruth was tending. Ruth was tending to the field. She was doing her own thing, minding her own business, working on her life as well as was.
Right.
Exodus, come on here. Come on here.
Yes. And Tasha said, I needed this tonight. Thank you, Tasha.
Awesome, Tasha.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. I love
But
that.
listen, we're moving into an hour and a half. Let's wrap this on up. But thank you, guys. Thank you. And also, before you wrap up, make sure you let everybody know your business page, and your social media handles if they want to reach out to and reach out to you.
Yes. Social media, Facebook, I'm Cynthia Robinson. Also you can follow Zenful Escape Day Spa. On Snapchat, I am Zenful, Zenful, Sin, Cyn. I'm also Zenful Sin on TikTok and Zenful Sin on Instagram. Follow me. My business is Zenful Escape Day Spa, Hartsville, South Carolina. 1517 East Bobo Newsome Highway, Unit H. Telephone number 843-337-1809. We specialize in massage therapy, body treatments, just so much stuff. Yoni steaming, meditation sessions. Listen, body wraps. Yeah, come on and just treat yourself well. Self-care is essential. Massage therapy does so much for the body. It helps you with sleep. It helps aid in depression. It helps to regulate, it's known to regulate blood pressure. It is also for mobility. Of course, it decreases pain. I mean, come on in the room, y'all. Spend an hour with me. I promise you, you will not leave the same. I promise you. Wanda knows. Unfortunately, Tori doesn't know yet. Like if I had a great girlfriend that owned a spa and told me just to come get on her table, I would do it. So you listeners, you viewers might need to just talk to her because I don't get it.
I'm coming. And Sharon says, Karen, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Sharon. Karen says, I really needed this today. Thanks. You're welcome, Karen. Thank
Peace
you
and
so
blessings.
much.
Peace and blessings, Karen.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. And like, we're gonna try to do it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm gonna try to be consistent. So I'll try to be better.
She is, not try. She is. Oh, and also, I will be I will be starting my podcast this Thursday.
Okay.
So the flyer will be coming out. It's something that God has put on my heart, and for years, and I've been stagnated, sitting on it. I did it for a while. Yeah, so God is really pushing me out to do my well, really I'm just stepping into what God already called me into the ministry as far as the podcast. And so yeah guys, just look soon, look for the flyer out. So the flyer should be out this week, right? So it's gonna be out before Thursday. I mean, it's gotta be.
Karen says congratulations. Tasha says congratulations. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then. So we
Thank
got
you.
a podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay then. You dropping bombs like that. Okay.
It is what it is, ma'am. It's time to work. This is the year to work. This is self-work year. I can't minister to people about it, and I'm moving slow on what God called me to do. So it is what it is. Boom, it's out there.
You see Tasha's question?
I am where my bishop is the Reginald McLeod Sr. and Pastor Renee Bowie McLeod. Yes.
And Wanda's hand clapping. So Wanda, you got, we gonna
talk. And tell Wanda I'm gonna need her calendar because she gonna be on the popping. Because we gonna have the church folk talking about what to do.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. And
thank you for having me.
Actually, love to have you back. Absolutely. And Tasha says, I believe you prayed over me when I visited. Powerful. Wow.
Oh wow. Awesome. I hope to see you again, beloved.
That's
peace and blessings. To God be the glory.
Yes.
Oh, that was wow. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I get to serve.
Right.
I get to serve.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And she says you will.
Oh, good.
Okay. But thank you guys for watching. This is way over the hour. We're approaching an hour and a half. But listen, look at God when the conversation is good and the interaction. Hey, it is what it is. But we're going to end it. I want you guys to enjoy the remainder of your Sunday. And remember, I always tell you at the end of each podcast, whatever you go through in this thing called life, you may bend, but don't you dare break. And regardless of what it looks like, I'm getting tongue twisted again, whatever it looks like, always remember to keep the faith. And we out. Y'all have a great Sunday evening, and we'll be back to do it all over again next week. We're probably gonna try to do a part 2 because I want to have men that are saved, single, and waiting as well. So I'm gonna see if I get some brothers to come on and talk about
brothers. Show y'all got it going.
Yeah. Listen, come on, because I know you're out there.
They some brothers that's out there. They're out there.
Yeah. So
they might not want their boys to know, but they out there.
Right, that part. All right, you guys, you have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Peace.